You'd be like, okay, that's cool. I can work with that because I can make some sort of Alfredo sauce with the spinach and macaroni and blah, 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 blah. That actually does sound good, by the way.
But we didn't go that direction.
No, we had the chili. So we were automatically thinking, we can three-way this somehow. Don't get sick, people. We're not talking sexual three-way. We're talking chili,
food,
and pasta and cheese. That's three-way, okay? Sick people. Anyways,
perverts.
Proverts. We it was literally like an episode Chopped. We had like a teaspoon and a half of Mrs. Dash left, and there was like
this was all like 2 a.m. that we're doing this.
Like the water was cut off because we had a water main leak somewhere. It was cut off that night, so we had like half a cup of flat Sprite we put in there. I mean, literally, we just threw whatever the hell we had in there because we didn't have nothing. There was nothing epic in the meat drawer. There was no bologna. Because we would have tore that shit up, I guarantee you. But no, instead we had muddy macaroni, and
it was the most random pot of stuff that you've ever seen in your life.
The only thing that would have made that better is if I could have served that on a plate of Doritos.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, it was pretty damn good. We didn't have that crunch element. That was the only thing that was left over.
I thought you were going to say like served it over French bread or something, but Doritos, yeah.
Yeah, no, Doritos
would have been great.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how our brains work, man. Sometimes culinary chaos just comes out of sometimes.
I've got a lot of people that have contacted me wanting us to do more. We still are working on that damn taco video that we started, but do more food videos, and I'm kind of down for that. Like, some people that are close to me have said, hey, that'd probably be a good idea. Could you guys you do crazy stuff that usually turns out, I can't think of anything we've ever put together that we ate and we're like, that sucks. Just pitch it all. Like it always kind of comes out on our side and we just end up annihilating it. So maybe we should look into that. I don't know.
Yeah, because the tortas we made that day would have been damn good if we just didn't have the tacos. I'd have been a little pissed off about the bread. The bread was the only thing that just really threw it off.
Mm-hmm.
Because the bread that you would use would have held up to that meat.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
Because you had to wind up eating this torta with a freaking fork.
Yeah, and when you guys do eventually see this taco video, that was our plan. We were going to do tacos and tortas, and it just paled in comparison to the tacos. So we 86'd the torta footage and stuck with the taco footage. But
yeah, and we have to go back and do some reshooting. There was stuff that when China and I get together, the BS begins immediately, and you kind of forget what you're doing or what's important or whatever. And we didn't have a shot list that we could cross things off or nothing. So I was like, okay, I think we got plenty of beef footage, which we did. We had 4 hours and 18 minutes of beef footage or whatever it was. We just didn't have no content. We should have beef footage.
We got so sidetracked. We didn't do any of the how-to stuff.
No, so we're gonna go back.
We got some epic B-roll clips though, but I mean.
But we're gonna be we're actually doing some paid jobs this week and next, and we will be back on that video. But when people are paying,
that kind of trumps everything else.
Yeah, I'm kind of putting that project to the side and that's fine. I have no problem with putting it off. I wrote it down, so I do know exactly what went into those and how we did it and what we put in it.
The problem with the YouTube channel right now is the COVID quarantine. It's hard to vlog when you're staying home so much. Like my days are so repetitious right now, so there's not a whole lot of stuff to make content. I did that coffee video.
Right.
That was kind of a little challenge that one of the creators on YouTube threw out to a B-roll sequence with nothing but clips that you shot from a tripod, which was a lot harder than I thought it was going to. But other than that, man, it's just really hard to vlog about your daily life. It's like you're in Groundhog Day.
You know what'd be a bitch? Doing one of those with nothing but a drone.
Oh, for sure, dude. For sure. It'd be cool if you did, though.
Oh, it'd be totally cool if you did. First off,
we're on this drone kick right now.
First off, we need coffee, and when you want good coffee, there's this coffee, and of course the drone's 500 feet away and 300 feet out. Then it comes in real quick and swoops in on the coffee, and then flies back out.
Making just insane footage.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I need to announce it's last call at the bar.
Oh. Well, that's okay. There's always next week, too.
Well, that's true. That's a good point.
But, the drone footage would be killer. And now that I think of drones, man, midget wrestling, come on. And being able to fly through a midget's legs.
Oh, dude. I hope before we die, we get the chance to do something like that again. That was one of our best adventures we've ever had, was that midget wrestling.
I hope before everybody dies, they get an opportunity to watch midget wrestling. It was absolutely hilarious. And probably what made it really funny was where we were at watching it, because it's a cool ass bar. It's got a great vibe to it. B, really glad we were there, because when Shiner decided to jump in the ring to fight the midgets, there's going to be people that argue with me. Everything that they do up there is scripted and choreographed. It's fake, okay? Now, people are going to be like, the pain's not fake. We really slammed down for it. I see that, okay? I hear that. You can't take a mop sign to the balls
and not feel pain.
Driven in by a chair and not feel pain. I get that. Mm. But if the owner of the bar was not there to grab the pinky and middle toe of Shiner's left foot, which was all that was sticking out of the ring at the time, he would probably still be in the ring getting his ass whooped right now.
I'm telling you, man, a litter of midgets will fuck you up, dude.
A litter of midgets. Is that what it is? Oh, my God. That's funny. Jesus, a litter of midgets.
It was... That was a pretty classic. If you guys, man, if you haven't been listening to us very long, go back through our catalog and find us commentating the midget wrestling matches, because it was a good time.
It literally is two guys doing radio commentary on a midget wrestling match, except for we have no filter. We can say what we want to say.
Yo, and we did.
And boy, howdy did we. My God, that was so funny.
We were both stone cold sober while we were doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And hungry, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were getting ready to start that and went to try one of these pizzas. They got some epic freaking food at Hemingway's. Their burnt ends and macaroni and cheese was, my mouth still waters when I
you'll stab the Pope to get a serving of that. That stuff was amazing.
But the pre-made pizza crust, pizzas, blah,
Well, after you have the burnt ends, mac and cheese, dude, everything's going to pale in comparison.
Completely pale in comparison. Completely.
Thank God. Which we also have an episode of 420 Eats that we did at that location the same day. So,
yeah, and that episode was a good episode. I liked it. As many mistakes as we found in how we probably should have handled shooting it, it turned out really good. The owners were super appreciative, and it actually gained them some business. And it was right when they started, right when they opened that bar. So they definitely have a pretty rowdy crowd, regular crowd that shows up now. So and I'm happy for them to do that. But even during COVID, they basically turned that kitchen into a restaurant. They were doing lunch there and dinner as well.
Yeah, they were doing through all that.
Yeah, and then in COVID they shut down the bar, but they were doing takeout and delivery.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was super solid,
With what we know now compared to then is night and day. I'd really like to shoot another episode of 420 and see what it looks like and what we can massage it into.
Yeah, I'm not saying 420 is dead, but I do kind of like where we're going with just the culinary chaos.
I do too.
I wish there was a way we could somehow infuse the use of cannabis in the cooking, because at that point, then it really, really would make more sense.
Well, I mean, that's definitely a direction we can work towards.
And I think it's a direction Oklahoma's going to go anyways.
Yeah, I think it's very
Eventually,
relevant
so,
to what's happening. So
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like we need another project to work on. But I mean, I mean, there was a lot of people that were into that what we were doing then, and I think if we kind of tweak it a little bit, it's something we need to bring back and can make happen with.
And one thing I want to give a shout out to our friends in the band Outlaw Devils, Rob Tate and
Good bunch of dudes.
oh my God, Scott Bond and Sleazy Jerry and Gary Nasty G, Gary Walford. They did their performance for Rocklahoma. They actually recorded it. I think it was Wednesday of last week. At a secured location somewhere in Stroud. It was recorded, and then Adam Richmond, our good friend from Arlo and Adam podcast and Surviving Rocklahoma, he's the one that recorded it and did a live stream of it on Sunday during his Surviving Rocklahoma show. And that was really solid. Those guys did a great job, and kudos to you, man. You know, you're a new band, you know, you've been together for a year and a half. You get invited to do Rocklahoma, and Rocklahoma's gone. And, you know, you've written songs and rearranged music and all sorts of stuff to make this Rocklahoma thing go off without a hitch, and they don't have it. So what to do? Well, we're going to play anyways. So they did a free concert. And, you know, they're great guys, great music. We had so much fun interviewing them. It's an interview that there's no way we could put on the podcast. We're going to have to re-interview them. That interview
is completely
okay. If anybody out there has any preconceptions about Shiner and I, and, you know, we do cuss every once in a while, and sometimes we don't cover it up, and that's fine. But in this interview, there was nothing covered up. Probably every fourth word, safe to say, was pretty foul-mouthed. And then there were certain situations in there that you probably just don't want heard over the airwaves. So we were going to reshoot that and put that out to give them some press for Rocklahoma. And you know, besides they're friends of ours, I wanted to do them solid. But that wound up not happening because of the COVID thing. And so we never got a chance to re-interview them. I still want to do that one day because those stories were,
oh, dude.
I mean, just when you,
my stomach was sore when we left because I've been laughing so much.
When you walk up to a band that, this band hadn't been together very long, but all these musicians are well, I mean, Scott Bond's 60.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So all these musicians are, you know, I'm going to say 45 to 60. They've been around the block. And so I just posed this simple question. What was the wildest thing you ever saw when you were touring? Probably shouldn't have asked that question. Probably shouldn't have asked that question because I got the honest version. And if you guys ever saw the movie The Dirt,
yeah,
some of this stuff had put Ozzy to shame.
Yeah, dude. Well, you know, that one dude, you know, one of them has been in two pretty influential punk bands, and I mean, been around the world, you know. So I mean, we heard some stuff now. I mean, we heard some tales.
There's probably stuff that we probably shouldn't have heard.
Yeah, I'm guessing there is.
But because Fireball, so
yeah, loose lips.
Woo, boy, did that ship almost go down in flames.
Mm-hmm.
But we caught it and saved it. That's all good. So that's it for last call. I really got nothing else. There's a saying out there that's like, don't be a Karen. And now I literally want to use the word Democrat instead of.
Let's just make that the code word.
Don't be a Democrat. God, stupid. Shout out to Johnny Simo. We miss you, brother.
Yeah, you know what? We're usually in pretty close contact with Johnny Simon. We've been so wrapped up and busy. It's been kind of hit and miss. He's had some life changes in his life going on there. He changed jobs and things got shook up for him a little bit. So, Johnny, hope the new job's going well, and we're still thinking of you, buddy.
Yeah, and I hope you can get all of the people that you work with now over to the podcast. Even Democrats, we love them. Love them listening to our podcast. There's nothing wrong with Democrats listening to our podcast.
No, I love that.
Just when they start talking, it sounds really funny. No, just kidding. Anyways, my name It's Big Tiddy, and I'll see you later. Love you. Bye.
And you guys get out there, kick the day square in the ass, and leave your mark on the world.